Celebrating 100 years of training, service, victory. Celebrating 100 years with stories from the fort. Victory starts here.
Celebrating 100 years of Fort Jackson, what does it mean to be part of the heritage of training men in the Army?
I mean, it's great. I tell the young soldiers all the time that this class here, the cycle that we have right now, we are training our 5 millionth soldier here at Fort Jackson, and we're turning 100 years. I mean, it's a great time to be here, stationed here, be a drill sergeant, and for the soldiers to go through basic training.
How many communities can say that you have been in contact constantly for 100 years with the surrounding community? I mean, that's a rare thing to see right now, anywhere in the world, by the way. So for us, that's a celebration of that close partnership with the community. But also, I think it's more important in the sense that we got to think about the heritage that preceded us. And then the question is, all these young people that come through here and train for the first time, how do they take all those great achievements from the past and say, hey, this is how I want to contribute in the future? And I think that's the biggest part for us here when we celebrate 100 years.
What does it mean, the relationship between not just Fort Jackson, but also with Columbia for each of you guys?
I think our relationship with Columbia, and especially the Midlands, you know, we come from everywhere. I have soldiers that live in the Northeast, Columbia. I live in Lexington. This is an amazing community, and to be able to call this place home for us, for our cadre members, for the service members, for the families, there's no better place to go home to at the end of the day than here in the Midlands.
It's a retirement and soldier-friendly community. We love our soldiers and so forth. So it's just, you know, it's a good working relationship and a family relationship.
I know you love your soldiers. You married one. Married
right.
For how many years now?
45.
What was tougher, 45 years of marriage or working in the hospital?
Neither one. They've both been a pleasure.
I've never seen a partnership that strong for a community anywhere before. I mean, they're crucial. You can just see it on a day-to-day basis. They're part of our life every single day here. So just being a part of something bigger than yourself is pretty nice. And also, they're just friendly to us. They care about our mission here, but we reciprocate that care and love. We do care about this community and the people that live in it, because so many people in the military retire here. So I think that's a great advantage that most communities don't have.
Do you have a fondest memory in training or something you can share?
I do. I have a lot of good memories about Fort Jackson, even though I've been here a short period of time. I was at school here. I met my wife here. I've been lucky enough to be on the Post Army 10-miler team and competed the last 2 years. And I'm currently on the Post Baton Memorial Death March team, and this weekend we'll go down to White Sands, New Mexico to compete in that event.
What's one thing you and your wife will never forget?
One thing we'll never forget. Well, we were both drill sergeants together, so I don't think we'll ever forget the alarm clock going off at 3 o'clock in the morning, just so we could have 15 minutes to hang out with each other before we both went to work for about 14 hours or plus a day.
I actually met my wife on Fort Jackson.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so she's not in the Army. Her dad was in the Army, retired. You know, she grew up here in Columbia more than anywhere else, you know. And she's also a physical therapist. So she was here doing some training, and that's how I met her. And so, you know, in June we'll be married 8 years. So far so good.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
And has she made you a Gamecocks fan?
No comment.
All right.
We're celebrating 100 years of Fort Jackson. In your time here, your fondest memory welcoming folks off that bus?
Oh, goodness.
Ones that we can talk about, I guess.
They may not be ones we can talk about, but I definitely do recognize there are some soldiers that have come here, and I've actually had them for months at times, and just seeing the transformation of them during that time, even though they're sitting there waiting and they're hoping to get into basic training, and they never lose their motivation. That was probably my fondest memory.
I would have to say the same thing, and as well as also watching the cadre, just watching these civilians come off the buses and seeing our drill sergeants interact with them, and that initial kind of shock and fear, and then seeing that transformation as they really embody and embrace what the journey that they're about to take on in becoming a soldier.
As Amber said, that shock and awe that they have at the beginning, you do get just shaken to the core when you truly have to ask yourself, what did I do? And then in the next 10 to 12 weeks they spend here re-answering that question and affirming what they've signed up for. That's incredible.
Well, so much heritage, so much history, so many incredible men and women, 100 years with Fort Jackson. I want to thank each of you guys for spending some time with us today. Thank you for your service.
Alpha Media Columbia salutes 100 years of Fort Jackson.